Perfeito. Muito bem. Vamos lá, então. What can I do to invite someone here? Bom, pessoal, por enquanto... pessoal, bem-vindo ao canal do Dev to Road. O objetivo principal é que a gente esteja falando sobre, hoje, exatamente alguns tópicos relacionados à saúde mental e sobre como resolver problemas, ou tem um outro aspecto muito importante que é sobre como você está melhorando o speak, tá? Então, a gente está aguardando aí, o pessoal está entrando, para a gente poder já dar início à nossa live de hoje, tá legal? Lembrando que toda quinta-feira, das 18 às 18h30, tem um tópico novo do qual a gente acaba entrando para estar batendo papo, tá? O Rogério acabou de chegar aqui, entrou também. Vou estar convidando o Rogério para estar entrando na live junto com a gente. E aí eu agradeço todo o carinho de vocês, o apoio de vocês que estão entrando, estão contribuindo com isso. Lembrando que esse projeto foi criado com o principal intuito de ajudar outros desenvolvedores que querem ter uma carreira internacional e assim tá conseguindo aí, né, alavancar sua jornada como profissional de dev, como líder, e melhorar a vida dessas pessoas que estão com esse intuito, nesse propósito, beleza? E é isso aí. Rogério, cadê o Rogério aqui para eu chamar o Rogério para entrar? Vamos lá. Beleza? Só esperar um minutinho aqui. O pessoal está chegando e a gente já entra. Beleza. Vamos lá. StreamYard. Rodrigo. E aí, Rodrigo, bem-vindo. Cara, eu não sei se você tem a câmera ou não disponível aí, se você sente a vontade ou não de compartilhar sua câmera, mas fica à vontade aí, tá, cara? Se quiser compartilhar, é melhor para as pessoas verem um pouquinho o seu rosto aí, a gente trocar uma ideia junto, mas fica à vontade, tá bem? Rodrigo, só dá um toque se você tá indo para a gente poder conversar ou você só vai assistir. A galera chegando aí devagarzinho. Muito bem, isso aí. Bem-vindo, Rafael. Maneiro, a gente vai... Isso, acho que assim nesse layout fica melhor, né? Beleza. Obrigado, pessoal que está entrando. É isso aí. Muito bem. Deixa eu mandar mensagem aqui no grupo. Vamos lá. Muito bem. A Aline falou que ia participar, né? Mas não ficaria conectada. Bom, beleza. Tá joia. É isso daí. Rodrigo, quando você quiser falar alguma coisa, ou Rafael, a Aline já disse pra gente que ela não iria poder estar participando com voz, né? E aí, Rodrigo, beleza?
Tranquilo, jovem. Não, só para ouvir mesmo, para ver como é que funciona
Tranquilo.
e tal. No inglês não dá essas coisas, então queria ver a dica do pessoal aí. Tá
Cara,
tranquilo,
relaxa.
não, tranquilo.
Relaxa quanto a isso, porque assim, a questão da ideia, né? E aí, Tamar, beleza?
Beleza.
A
Tentei no
questão da gente
notebook, não
usar.
estava dando certo.
Ah, não, é.
Aí vindo
Tá
no
tranquilo.
celular mesmo.
Mais fácil. Esses dias eu tava fui entrar num bate-papo, que era uma entrevista, né? Uma entrevista técnica. Aí o meu PC tava com problemas. Aí eu falei, vou pelo celular também, que aí fica mais fácil, né? A gente pode tentar, Itamar, uma coisa legal para a gente fazer é ter determinado momento falar inglês e em alguns momentos falar em português, mas a gente vai tocando aí e conversando. Lembrando que a questão do inglês é assim, a gente vai conversando sem se preocupar, ficando tranquilo quanto a qualquer erro que a gente venha cometer de gramática ou de vocabulário inadequado. Inadequado quer dizer não tão rico, né? É, porque, cara,
Ok.
é que nem eu falei outro dia lá, é tipo assim, que idioma vamos falar? O que a gente conseguir falar. O que der para
Sim.
falar, a gente fala. Ó o Rogério. O Rogério é o cara que gosta de live, cara. Bora aí, Rogério.
Opa, e aí, Michael, beleza? Tudo bem? E
Beleza?
aí, pessoal?
Beleza.
Beleza.
Ó, o
Eu tô
Rogério,
preparando
contar
aqui
uma história para vocês. O
Fala aqui.
Rogério, um dia desses, eu tava de madrugada numa empresa que eu trabalhei anterior à que eu tô hoje, né? E aí, de repente, eu precisava usar o StreamYards. Eu falei, cara, eu só conheço uma pessoa que sabe usar direito esse cara, é o Rogério. Eu fui encher o saco dele, acho que era 1 da manhã, não foi, Rogério?
Cara, eu não lembro. Você
De
começou.
madrugada, velho. Aí eu falei, pô, e aí, Rogério, o que você tá fazendo? Não, tô de boa, e aí, pô, mano, cola isso, dá força aí, vai. E foi muito divertido, cara. Aí os caras lá no dia, né, os caras pensavam, caraca, meu, você tem amigo que você chama 1 hora da manhã pra fazer as coisas e vem. Falei,
Sim.
é recíproco, né? A gente vai fazendo e tem uns poucos que a gente vai conhecendo na vida, né? Então,
Sim, sim, cara. E isso é muito legal, né? Porque é uma abertura que, tipo, é tranquilo. Tipo, meu, se eu tô disponível e eu vejo lá que você mandou mensagem, é uma coisa que eu gosto, ainda mais alguém que, tipo, que a gente gosta também de estar interagindo, é legal.
sim,
Então é uma roda, né, velho? É um ciclo virtuoso, felizmente, aí que a gente faz. E cá
é,
estamos de novo, né?
então, verdade, mas é gostoso essa questão de compartilhar conhecimento. E você também ama isso, a gente aqui gosta bastante. Ó, vamos fazer o seguinte, o Rogério conhece inglês também. Você saiu, eu vou te colocar de novo, Rogério, que você entrou de novo aqui.
Aí,
Beleza.
entrei pelo desktop,
Galera,
tava no
eu,
celular.
eu peço desculpas para vocês que eu tô hoje de camiseta regata, porque
Não é
eu,
nada.
eu ganhei peso e eu perdi minhas camisas. Aí eu só tenho duas de pijama.
Caramba.
Aí só sobrou essa aqui que é de treinar. Aí eu falei,
Progresso.
vamos com essa aqui mesmo, né? Que é a camisa do Goku. E é do Goku, cara. Legal, tá vendo? É uma camisa regata do Goku.
Ó,
Ó, e eu
eu
não
tô
tenho
aqui
só.
com o meu coisa aqui, ó, Dragon Ball também, ó.
Ó, é que minha malinha tá aqui, ó. Pera aí.
A esfera de 3 de 3.
Do Shenlong lá, né?
É,
Não tá aqui
3
minha
estrelas.
garrafinha. Eu tenho uma garrafinha também do Dragon Ball, cara.
Falando sobre idioma,
Ah,
Arte da Guerra, estou produzindo um material pesadíssimo para
eita.
inglês, espanhol e Q2 do ano que vem, muito provavelmente em chinês também ou hindi. Cara,
Uau, aí
aprender
massa,
idioma
hein?
de forma estruturada é maravilhoso.
Cara,
Mano,
idioma é eu amo idiomas, cara. Te
nossa.
juro, eu amo demais.
Cara, de
Eu.
manhã eu faço exercício e estudo E aí eu começo, sabe? Eu faço exercício, eu tomo um banho, aí estudo, aí eu deito no puff, fico jogadaço lá, aí pego os livros e fico vendo aqui os paralelos. É muito bom, cara. É muito bom, velho. De verdade, assim. Já deixa esse
And,
insight aí, galera.
and
Comprem livros, consumam conteúdo no seu idioma destino. Não fiquem
sim.
em sala de aula, só em numa salinha quadrada. Você tem que
É,
viver a parada. Você tem que falar com pessoas que
and,
falam isso, você tem que consumir conteúdo
Rogério,
que fala isso e vai embora.
I have a challenge for you.
So let's go for it. What is the
What do you
challenge?
think to switch to English?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is new for me. This is new for me because usually I use my English just for in my work, my job, and talk to friends. But exposing me using my English and skills to talk in a live is the first time. But let's go.
So let's go for it.
Let's go have fun
Congratulations. Kudos. Kudos.
Yeah.
without
Kudos.
judgment.
Bravo.
Remembering without judgment.
Yeah, without judgment and none at all. So I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
talking to some
yes. Just have
friends.
fun.
Nobody
Yeah, I was
here
Okay.
is
friends
native, so
in the job. It's so important to have this secure place, to
Yeah,
commit
exactly,
mistakes, to learn,
exactly.
to practice.
This
So
is
many times in the company, we
yeah,
can't commit
exactly.
any mistakes. So
Uh,
we need
uh,
to have a
uh,
place where we can do this.
yeah,
So
exactly. Our weekly it's about this.
yeah,
Have a safe place to talk without judgment and just for have fun. Okay, it's
yeah,
just for only for this. Then I I will I will start for the first point that our topics. The first point that our topics that the dev to word team that word dev to word group suggested is about mental health.
mental health.
Okay, we have 3 points, but like I said in the group, I think this will happen like, and we will talk, and if this talk occurring like stay and funny, we are enjoying, and then we will keep with the same topic, but um, it's up to us. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
then
We can
doesn't
navigate
matter.
through them. We can go for like
Yes.
mental health to like math theorems. I think it's interesting for us to have a common ground to go to cover, but let's not
Mm-hmm.
get into the square box. Let's have fun. Let's have a good time and explore the subject. So
Mm-hmm.
mental health is so important,
Yes,
incredibly
exactly.
important. So we really need to talk about
Yeah.
that anytime possible, because chances are
Yes.
that people are struggling with that. Anytime.
Yes.
So
Yes.
very important.
And I will share with you now my first experience working in home office, because I started working in home office maybe 8 years ago. And since this, I learned a lot of, and I will share with you some tips that I got with the way to work. Okay, for the
Awesome.
first one, you need to have a safe place to work, because, like you can see, I'm stay here in this room. It's my office room. Okay, and in this my office room, it's like it's my place, and for all my family, when I stay in this room, I'm working, and I give orientation to avoid anything to just send me a WhatsApp or something like this, because sometimes I could be in a call or something like this, and I can't do rotation. I can't do rotation, and because this is sometimes almost of us we will have some difficulty um, to teach about this, to talk about this, because when you stay home and
Mhm.
everybody understand that you are free to do
Ah,
whatever.
And I have
Yeah.
an experience that I'd like to share. That You know, from when you get how can I say, when you get angry. Yeah, that's the word. Let's
Annoying,
not
annoying.
just, yeah,
Gets
it's so
annoying.
annoying that you get angry at things happening. So it's not that it's you are angry on the, on the first person view, that you don't understand why you're having this emotion, the anger
Yeah.
emotion.
Hmm.
So energy comes from many places, many
Yeah.
times things that pisses us off are the best things for us to improve upon, right? So the hardest the challenge, the better the outcome. And I was doing the exam for artificial intelligence, the
Hmm.
AI 900 for Microsoft. And then during the exam, my brother and mother were talking. Simply, they were just talking next to my window, right? But I was so silent
It's
that,
really good.
well,
Yes.
I could hear every
I,
word.
I wonder
And
about
I was
your
trying
feelings.
not to focus on that, but it was impossible. So I was like, all right,
Yes. It's almost
keep
impossible.
calm. You can talk, you can do anything, you need to keep
Yes.
calm. And I kept with, so I just stopped trying to answer the
Yes.
questions. I
Yes.
just it entered the defensive and waiting time. When you're just, okay, let's hold
Yes.
my ground, we do nothing, we wait for the next best
Yes.
opportunity to follow. And I passed the exam. So I could have gotten pissed and screamed and,
Oh, congrats. This is awesome. Congrats. It's awesome.
thank you. It has some weeks, but things are so crazy that I didn't even got to celebrate properly. And that's okay, because the certification is there. Anytime I can access the so
But this is
doing
a
the
good
things we
one.
like,
This is a
right?
good one for your career. This is a good
Yeah,
one to your
totally,
career.
totally. And I wanted to do that, and we need to do the things that we like, even though
Yeah.
they can be complex and people may not understand. But you should not stop
Exactly.
the things you believe because other people don't understand or refuse to understand, right? So for
Yeah.
my mental health, that is huge,
Yes.
because sometimes you talk about physics and some, out of the box,
Yes.
and people are like, just, man, you're crazy. We're talking about the television program.
Yes.
Don't you know what happened to these famous people? No, screw that. I don't give a shit.
I think exactly the same. Usually I want like to talk about the concepts, the technologies, the ideas, and history of our ancestrality,
Sure.
anthropology. Yes,
Yeah.
because I understand if you got this point, you will grow up more faster than you could without this knowledge.
Exactly.
But for the first tip of this, like you already know, I believe that Itamar have this same problem too, is you have to got your room, the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because if
Let's get
you
back
have
to.
your room, you could close the door.
Yeah.
If you can
I
close the
closed the
door,
door. I
yes,
put the key. I locked
yes, yes.
the door.
Yeah.
Put
So yeah.
something outside of the door. I'm busy now. Please don't disturbing me.
A good
But
phone
No
with noise
bullshit out
canceling
loud.
is also help, helpful.
Sorry, Tamar.
Uh,
I cannot
what
stop
repeats
you.
Tamar,
So
please?
a good phone with noise canceling is very good also.
Yes,
You
yes.
can stop it. In my house, I don't have a closed office. I have a closed office without a
Is that
door. It
so,
was a room that
somewhat
we,
difficult?
yeah, it's in the middle of the apartment and there is no wall. So,
I understand.
uh, yeah,
Totally
I'm not
understood.
working from home right now. I'm presential, but in
Presential.
office, yeah. But
But
uh,
I understand. If you don't
but
have
I'm planning to
your
start
place,
working from home, and I'm worried that I will not be able to do that in that space. And I'm thinking
Yes.
also maybe get some co-work space.
Sure,
There are
man.
some
It's a good option.
Yes.
It's
Fair
something
yeah,
that
enough.
we
Fair
can
enough.
do.
Fair
some
enough.
Sure.
co-work space have you can rent a room that only yours. It's not shared.
Yeah. Only for
So
you. One room only
yeah,
for you.
yeah, it's
Different.
more expensive, but
Maybe, yeah, yes, maybe so much expensive, but
yeah,
could work. Could work.
yeah,
Yes,
I don't know.
I talk this because I bring in this issue for us, this topic for us, because I'm already talk in the past. I was talking with a director, and the his child just crossing and the camera, and they stay and shame it. And I remember talk to
No.
him about don't, please don't worry about this, it's
Yeah.
normal, it's really cool, you are near for your kids, this is really
Yeah.
cool, then don't worry about this. But
Yeah.
almost the time we got this perception, the perspective about we need to work so serious without without any interventions, any kind of break. And this is, in my
Yeah.
opinion, a mistake. This is a mistake
Yeah,
because
embrace the home in the office,
yes,
right? And embrace the office inside the home. So I think not really. Maybe it's not really about the enclosure of the room you having a
hmm
separate place, but having the agreement, right? Because
Yeah,
what does a closed door represents? Busy.
yeah.
What does a
Hi
red
Pablo,
flag mean?
welcome.
Hello,
Attention.
Michael. I'm sorry, Rogerio. Hello, Michael.
Hello,
Hello,
Pablo.
No
Itamar.
How are you
problem.
doing?
Hello.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
Ro- thanks. So Rogerio actually invited me via WhatsApp, and I was like, "What?"
Fine.
But it is already on, but I decided to go in anyway.
Awesome.
So that's it.
This is
Awesome.
our weekly. This is good because I in
This is how
the
we
last.
grow, man.
Yeah, for sure. That's how IT workers should do, right? Just do
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Yes,
let's
yes,
Agility.
fucking go. Wait a
exactly.
just second.
Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Then
Then
go
let's
for me.
go.
Come with me, please.
Yeah, totally. It's so cool. It's so cool because I didn't really think that Pablo would join, but I was like, okay, I can try, and
There
he
was
can
there was
maybe see the message and maybe he can click. So yeah, take the chances.
yeah,
Yes, exactly. Then
2 secs.
we were you was talking about Pablo. We was
The
talking
agreement.
this mental health,
Yeah.
and when we're working in a home office, and the first tip for working home is better you have your own place. But if you doesn't have your own place, you need to talk with your family because they need to understand that you are working, and this is really important. And if they understand that you are working, maybe everything will be okay. But this is a slowly process because the switch is not happen fast. You need
Mm-hmm.
to teach, and this knowledge will be absorbing and slowly, and you need to have patience with your family. Okay, this is the
Mm-hmm.
first one. And the two tip, the second tip about this is don't be so serious. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
are in home, and
Mm-hmm.
you could work without the formal wears. You could work formal dressing. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
to have a dressing code. You
Mm-hmm.
are free to use the
Mm-hmm.
same wear that you are sleeping with.
Yeah.
That is my
So
case.
so basically so we can actually see this both ways. So it's very good when we are working in a home. It's the best part of it is the liberty. So what happens is
Mhm.
that it's very easy to okay, let's wake up 9 and let's go to work,
Mhm.
which is the best part of it by far.
Yes,
But
yes.
sometimes it's good to have a routine. So what I would suggest to some is
Yeah,
actually to start try
yes,
to simulate your normal routine that you
yes.
actually
You
use.
got a point, Pablo.
So it's when you start to being used to working at home
Remember
office.
the
If you're
rituals, man.
Yeah,
Prepare
you
yeah,
got a
yourself.
point. I
Yeah.
will
yeah,
show you the things that replaced my white board because
mhm.
I switch with this target to is more funny.
Darts. Yeah, I started to play darts.
But
Very nice.
instead,
It
but
makes
instead
total
of
sense to have
this
something
target,
to aim and to shoot
yes,
things at.
yes,
It's
yes,
great.
exactly, exactly.
The best
But
part of it is if you
Because you
get
can
stuck.
focus, you can
uh,
practice your concentration
yeah,
and your
yes,
thinking.
exactly. Imagine the customer, the bad customer, or something bad boss. You can,
I like to
you
Sure,
share.
can,
I
yeah.
like to share something with you guys
Okay,
about the language
please.
learning part, right? Uh,
right.
it's something, so it's related to the translation and the language learning project. So this is a test that I'm doing right now.
Oh,
I
spicy.
also really like this format where we can start the things and record it on the fly. So I will start recording on my cell phone too because maybe I can use this content. What
Wow,
is that? I'm learning Spanish, right? So I need
Yeah.
to practice. I need to be familiar. I
great.
need to learn how to represent meaning in Spanish
Yeah.
from what I know about the other languages, right?
Hmm.
So I know Portuguese because I've been born in Brazil
Mm-hmm.
and I learned English. And right, so I have some kind of domain on those. And to me, it's more practical to use English to train because, there's no point in practicing Portuguese since we're talking Portuguese. I could be learning the grammar. But yeah,
Yeah.
so let's get to the example. uh, Read something in both languages. So I have the art of war in Spanish, I have the art of war in English and Chinese. So I'll focus on the English and the
Hmm.
Spanish,
Yes.
right?
Uh,
Even
I
though
do
you may
this
not,
with TV shows. I do this with TV shows and
yeah,
movies.
awesome.
I watch
mhm.
the same move in the English or the other way, sometimes in
Mhm.
English. And I think to start and to learn French, but Matthews stay studying Russian, but because this maybe I will study Russian too as
Ooh,
well
spicy.
because yes, I need to study because he was a teenager. He are a teenager, and he have the testo teenager. Then like a teen rage, not the teenager.
The
Awesome.
classic.
Teen rage.
It's such
Yes,
a
teen rage.
heavy
The
ins
rage.
it's such a
Yeah,
source of energy. Rage is energy.
The rage is energy.
That's why we have
exactly,
the rebels without a cause.
exactly.
You have
I
so much
Yeah.
totally
energy.
agree.
You
I
need to
totally
direct that
agree.
into something.
I, I like this feeling. You are more clear with everything,
Mhm.
and it's
So
great. It's a awesome project that you have, Rogério. I think this is the way to understand about everything. And when you learn more than one language, you could change your brain format like physical as well,
yeah,
because
Mhm.
you change the way to see the world, and you
absolutely.
will do the 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 same mean about the same object without the language.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Think about this. You will abstract the language.
Yeah,
You will
and
think about the object like the object, not the language that used to express this object.
Exactly, the language abstraction for that. So
Exactly.
when we look at Eastern languages, we have that. So the Art of War
A
is
lot.
originally written in like I think the 13 chapters are written in individual strings, individual things that are vertical. So you have chapter one, chapter two,
Mhm.
and for each chapter you have the symbols.
Difference.
Eu
Oh,
saí
yeah,
the
exactly.
ideogram.
Idea.
So,
Yeah, yes.
yo podría hablar español contigo, pero yo no voy a hacer hoy porque hoy es inglés,
Y
entonces no voy a hacer
¿Por
eso.
qué,
yo puedo
cabrón?
hablar
Please,
español
no.
también.
Creo que es
Yo
muy
no tengo
interesante
ningún
hablar
problema en hablar español
porque
también.
Oh,
¿Ok?
Yo
perfecto,
puedo hablar en
entonces.
portuñol.
Yo estoy aquí para enrolarlos todos los otros, pero que yo aprendí mi español hablando con mis amigos,
¿Tus amigos?
tiquito. Sí,
En
sí,
Quito, ¿tú viviste en
cuando
Ecuador?
yo era pejo, cuando era no pejo, yo tenía un amigo que yo hablaba en español, y yo daba aulas en español para un uruguayo,
Perfecto.
porque de esto yo aprendí a hablar un poquito en español, pero que no mucho, mas yo consigo
Eres
hablar
o suficiente.
tranquilamente.
Eso
Sí,
es la vida real. No
yeah,
es
vida
una
real.
yo no
sala de
tengo
aula con
un buen vocabulario, mas yo consigo enrolar bien.
El portuñol
Lo,
momento. Lo
yes, lo
portuñol momento.
suficiente para pasar en la entrevista.
essenciale. Perfecto.
Dale, dale.
One of the nicest steps to
Pura
learn
vida.
multiple languages is actually you guys actually have a great tip to watch 2 times the same content or read the
Yeah.
But
same type of content.
go on the same time. So get one, read one in Spanish, read one in English, and
Yeah.
then reflect. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yes.
and
I
one of
mean,
the best
sorry, go on.
okay, so one of the best things can you do in movies is actually do that both with the languages on we are speaking and the subtitles. So Spanish, English, English, Spanish. We can do the pair. So
Yes.
it creates, because here's the thing about languages, we always have to keep in mind languages are just a translation layer for abstract content and objects that we have on our mind.
Yes. I
It's
have a
so good to
That's
have
concern.
really
some
important.
scientific background being spoken because people
Pablo.
are they just don't understand abstraction. It's just philosophy that you lay the foundation of abstraction on that. You have math
Absolutely.
on one side, you have language, but math is a language to represent
Yes.
units and calculations. So come on.
I have
It's not
my
that hard. It's
concerns.
not that complex. There's nothing heavenly on that.
I have my concerns to watch the movie using the captions, because I think almost the time the guys talking is not the same that have
Yeah.
on the captions.
So there is
That's
a difference.
Yeah.
I
That's
advocate
true.
for the captions because you need to do it according to a strategy, right? So
yeah.
if you want to practice your listening only, don't use captions. You may use captions, but be mindful about that.
Yeah.
When
Perfect.
you're not using captions, be mindful that your only sense
Yes.
is your hearing and your vision
Yes.
to understand the vocal.
Phoneticals.
Yeah, the phonetic. We
The
have
way
the
like
the
The lips movement.
You're
the
saying
lip
about
yeah,
reading,
yes.
lip reading.
How the lips moving.
Yeah.
you're talking
So-
about the phonetic foundation formation, which is the
yeah.
the classes
Exactly.
the tongue,
Yeah,
the labial
exactly.
structure, everything. Yeah.
And when you
Go
have
forward.
captioning, be mindful that you're also on top of that having visuals that
Yeah.
are a way of storing, persistent, and communicating differently what you're hearing. So
Yes.
the writing form is not exactly what you said in many languages, in English mainly, but
Exactly,
French
because you need
outstandingly. French, you have
yes.
letters just there, just
Usually,
But Spanish
usually
is very close to what you write, and Portuguese also is very close, but Spanish is very literal. So
I
you're very close to that and very close to the rules of the
mhm.
pronunciation, right? So be
Yes.
mindful that don't
um
turn the captions if you want to
it's
just understand
understand.
the voice.
Mhm.
You know,
I'm
mindful.
more. My angle was more in the angle of practicing multiple. Sorry,
Yeah,
practicing multiple languages rather than, oh, this is equivalent to that. It's really good. That's why I said you have to do the inverse if you want to practice two languages
yeah.
that you are not the native speaker of. So
Because there
that's
are different skills, you know. It's
yeah.
like, for example, this is activity for written reading. You know, the caption is an exercise for reading. So,
Hmm.
and mainly you want to exercise your listening. So, why
Hmm.
are you turning the captions on? And if you want to practice your reading, why are your captions not on? You know,
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's, I would say it's the strategy according, it's the approach according to the strategy, but this type of discussion is so important. It's so
Hmm.
high level
See, yeah.
because we get different views on the same thing. You know, we're talking about learning and
Hmm.
language. So
Yeah.
how
I
can we do
yes.
that? There's so many ways. There's
It's
no right
like you
or
said.
wrong, there is what fits. It's like
Yeah,
Exactly.
technology, right?
there are
It's like
different
you said.
strategies.
One technology
Yes.
is the
It's like you
finest.
said. It's different strategies,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think you wanted to practice your speaking. You need to
Yeah,
speak. If you need to practice your listening, you need to listening. But if you want to practice how write as well, you need to see how write correctly. And this is a good
exactly.
one to
Exactly.
try. But it's not see. It's not see what they do to write, but you need to write through. And because sometimes you know in your mind how to write, but when you try to write, you have some doubts and the doubts and
You
you
need to
have
actually write.
a
You can't
small
just read, right?
self-confidence and when
Yeah.
you have a small self-confidence you will make mistakes not because you don't know how to write but it's because you are with a small self-confidence small
Yeah,
self-confidence
Exactly.
this is
I
important.
think that something that I don't remember who said that in the WhatsApp, but it's the exposure time. If
Yeah.
you are exposed for a long
Exactly.
time, if you read entire books, you will know how to write that word
It's
because you
math.
just know. You don't.
Yeah.
The,
Hmm.
it's not a
You're feeding your brain.
It's
memorize
like a
that
passive
this
way.
word is with these letters. It's
Yeah.
just the way you know it is
Hmm.
Yeah.
because you have read so many times. And the
Yeah.
listening is the same. You need to expose yourself for listening, and
Hmm.
It's
as
like
much as
we're
you
doing now.
listen, you will know how to speak
Yeah.
Hmm.
because you know how it sounds when
Exactly.
somebody
Exactly.
Exactly.
speaks. So
And the
it's
most
exposure
important,
time.
the
Yeah,
Exposure
most
is key.
important,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. And you need to do a fever jump all the time. Fever, it's did you got the fever jump when you need
Fever
to have
jump.
fever?
I
Like
think I know an expression that is leap of faith.
when you got to the
yeah.
church, you need to have fever,
Fever,
I
fever,
think
fever
it's
in
faith.
God,
Maybe
faith,
it's
faith
faith.
faith,
in God,
Yeah.
faith,
faith,
faith. Okay,
exactly,
Oh
faith,
yeah, yeah,
leap
yeah,
of
yeah.
faith.
faith,
Yeah.
faith,
Yeah,
faith,
Absolutely. You need
faith.
to trust your intuition and
Yes,
go for that, you know.
yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
faith, jump
Trust
of
your
Just
faith.
gut
do
instinct.
it. Do
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
Sheila Beowulf right now. Congrats, Rogerio. Let me clap you.
Yeah, but don't don't matter how much you know. If you will speak in public first time, you will
Yeah.
be nervous.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
every
That's a
As
time, every
fact.
time.
yeah, and as you
It's
repeat,
normal. It's
you're
normal.
Yeah,
building your data points, you know. If
Hmm.
you improve a slightly bit on every
Step by
time,
step
yeah,
you will
and
get there
steps
eventually, you know.
and
It's
Hmm.
simple
steps.
as that. So you need to have recurrence, you know. It's maybe if it's just 10 minutes one time a week,
Hmm.
but if you do these 10 minutes in a month, you will have 1 hour, And if you didn't do
Mhm.
10 minutes a week, you will have nothing at all.
None.
So
Exactly.
yeah, you need to have
Yeah.
something. It doesn't need to be great. It doesn't
Mhm.
need to be good. It just need to be. Just to
Yeah,
Yeah,
be. Just one thing.
be-
Just
needs to happen.
because
And
here.
Uh, oh, Michael, I just thought in something that may be a good, interesting subject for our next talk. That
okay.
software internationalization.
Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
That's
it's a
Oh.
good
something
one.
that's very
oh,
hard to do sometimes.
Why?
I
Why?
can
Why
share
do you think
something
it's
about that.
hard?
I don't know.
Rogério is
You
already
need to
looking at
pick
me.
all
Oh
the
no.
strings and separate in different.
No, well, that depends on the language that you are
Yeah.
using to do this. And usually, when you working with .NET, you have
Oh,
the in the
never
past
did.
you have yes,
Never happened.
but my guess is have the same in the all the language. Okay, you will
Okay.
have a dictionary when you pass
Yeah.
the some strings, the some
I,
keys,
I
and
I have
you
worked sometimes with translating some open source project. I know the structure after it's done. I know the structure, but how to pick a project I have and from the scratch make the first internationalization and
okay.
prepare my project to do that.
Mhm.
That's something I really
I could
not
not talk.
familiar.
I could not talk about other language because I'm C sharp developer. But if you are using C sharp, you have some tools to do this and easily way, and it's not too complex, but is a good one to talk about and
Yeah.
next weekly. It's
In,
really a good
in,
point,
yeah, in my case, it's mostly Java.
Java.
I'm a Java man.
Ah,
Sorry.
yes.
He likes
I
to
have
suffer.
I have a NASA PC here, and this PC
That's
almost run Java. It's almost. It's in the
I
edge.
have no. We are looking at clean code. Those days we were talking.
For one cold job,
Yeah, yeah.
Camel's uncle job.
And there's some code in Java. Maybe we could do some live codes, and just to grasp on this subject, because for example, on internet internationalization, which is the
internationalization.
uh, E18N,
18 and
you
yeah.
know, uh, it's very interesting. I
Yes.
saw some examples with Power Apps where you can do it too. But yeah, maybe we can get something from Clean Code, from here internationalization. We can bring literature, like I just received those books. Understanding algorithms and classic computer science problems with Python. So I'm very, very interested in getting back to coding. And also we have uh, live code, please, please,
Live code,
live
yeah.
code.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
and we need to do a live code, okay? I remember that you thought for me that you will start your weekly on the Wednesday. It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
We
yeah.
could start
Uh,
in the next Wednesday. What do you think about?
awesome. This time
Okay,
and place, and
we could start with the
I
some
will. Yeah,
interview
I will.
challenges.
I will put things in movement back again with Fatec Talks,
Mhm.
Okay.
because I was like more on the passenger's seat. Like, hey, come on, guys, please,
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
let's
yes,
go,
go.
let's
yes.
do
It's
things. But
normal. Have
and
time
it's
to
good
get
because
engagement.
people haven't engaged, but not yet to the level to do the events, because they need to participate in the events that I do, because so many people entered, and we need to have the data points to improve upon. So I will start doing events again. Uh, so we can have the data points for Fatec Talks and live codes and
Yeah.
science. I'm looking forward to explore computational biology, which is a heavy subject and so high level because it builds upon physics, chemistry, computer science, maths, and it's the type of subject that I see. So, now this is hard. This is a
Yeah,
challenge because
Yes.
once you have it,
Yes.
and it's
you're like,
a
okay,
huge field.
it's just processes.
Yes.
Maths are just
Yes.
processes.
Yes.
But
Everything is a simple
biology
process.
is harder.
Yes,
Physics,
everything is simple. If you split all the job, all the complex tasks and
yeah,
simple tasks, you will
that's what
see
we
if it
do.
is simple. And this splitted steps is not that simple. Then split again
Yeah.
until you have the atomic units. We need to have atomic units. When
Ju-
you didn't could
Now I am
split
the
this
crazy
one.
guy that got books and hey, Sentus said they are the words about it.
let me. I don't have a, a TOCP, which is the okay enough one, but I have this, so that's great.
Wow,
But
Awesome.
I
this is
but I
good.
didn't do it. Carmen,
Oh, huge book.
Oh, yeah,
it's
very good
It's
one.
great. It's
Whoa,
great.
whoa.
I
No,
still need
you
to do
you.
anything for this book because I didn't even
It's
stop.
bad.
But
It's a bad one to
Marco,
you do this, Pablo.
can you put
Do
the
ostentation with this beautiful book. It's not good.
this is ostentation. I
Yes,
mean,
Yeah,
because
can you
I
put
like so much
the
books. I got some
the
books here, but I not in I
I
my
do
huge
as
books I
well,
lost.
but they are look my wardrobe there and my books here. Oh my god, my
and I bought more books and I have this ones to do the
like
unboxing.
they are like here.
Wow,
yeah.
you both
Uh,
guys are shaming me. You
I'm
you
now
you
studying
don't have
in
the right to do this
Wikipedia
with me,
only.
guys.
No.
I have on my 3D printer, and
Bye,
my
Rodrigo.
stuff is here. Just this and my cat. I have the cat
And the
Oh,
here,
hey,
cat.
cat.
That is
Hey,
very
and I
important.
have this.
You
hey, cat.
Yes,
can't miss the cat.
exactly. My books stay on the side and have an epoch to simulate or to get the brain movements to brain sensor. And guys, we
Yeah,
we already got your time today.
yeah.
It was a great talk. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes, it's awesome. I will just talk about one trick for the be careful when you are working in home. Okay, it's just for get to reflect about this. And if you are working in a home, you need build your routine. Really,
Do
build
the
your routine.
rituals. Wake up
Build
Yes,
it.
at the
every
You can
time,
do
day,
it.
every
sleep in
day.
the time,
Yes,
get
and
your get your hormones correctly, right? So have
Don't
enough
exactly,
don't
sleep,
stay with
have
your
exercise.
pajamas all day long.
exactly. You need to have an hour to stop
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
usually developers are workaholic and stay on the Alice hole. When you stay in the Alice hole, the rabbit hole, you are so focused that then this is could be a problem. And you
yeah.
stay without drink water, without eat, without to go to bathroom. It is really a good problem. Yes, I have my one. This I need
Bring.
to drink 4 days every day. It's really
Um,
bad.
I live in
it's a
Brasilia. It's a desert here. We need
really a
lots of
really nice
water.
tip. Have a lot of water. If you live, if you need
Exactly.
to drink 3 liters, have 3 liters on your side. I mean, it's because
Exactly.
you can have both. Remember, you can have multiple of these. So do that if you
Yeah,
can.
Oh,
yeah. On my
you
house,
have
I
a
have
shake
like
here.
many water bottles on
You have a
the.
shake there. You like to drink whey protein, Paulo?
No,
Pablo,
this is from my
it's
sister. Look
like
at
whey
me.
protein. Hey, don't
Oh,
I
censor
had to be
yourself.
honest, right? I
You
cannot
could
say, oh,
start in the gym, or you could be a power lift. Do you
I
already
believe.
saw the power lift? Power lifts are so strong, man, but it don't have doesn't look like doesn't like appear like a bodybuilder, but it's really strongest. And you
Mhm.
could be this guy, okay?
Some people already suggested this to me, but I didn't even give it a thought about it. But so yeah, is it actually isn't a bad suggestion? I may think about it.
Think about
Yeah,
you
that's
could
awesome.
and you could and get some and processor towers without force. Look at me, guys. These towers for one for it's from two. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's so easy for me to bring this tower.
yeah.
Yes, and
Awesome.
this is the last tip that this is the tip that I wanted to remember you to put for you
Oh, I'd like
reflected
to share
about.
something about the internationalization part. I'm sharing the screen. Can you show the
Oh, still not, but
this?
when you put this, I will put your screen in the focus
I'm share. Maybe I can.
when you're
I'm
sharing.
stop this. Let me try again. Chrome.
Guys,
Right. It's
I
a
will.
REPL. It's very simple. Let's see. Can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yeah,
To
exactly.
put it.
I
I
will put
can't.
All right.
this in the stream
Uh,
Oh,
now.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm
It's
thinking
opening
on
it's
the
it.
stream.
coming. Oh,
So it's so simple, so simple. I was exploring with C++, and I'm not going into the details, but for example, when depending on the type of approach for internationalization, you can have like your arrays that you can name a list or an array, a vocabulary, a vector, whatever. So you have the variable and the the information inside, and actually, sometimes you just need to change a parameter or the variable. With
You create
JavaScript,
a
you can set,
dictionary. You create a dictionary to translation
yeah,
the
okay.
labels for using this dictionary.
yeah. And
This
for
is
this,
it.
I've got,
It is.
it's so interesting because, for example, here I have the text and a very random thing just to sort, a word and translate. And this is one example that of exercise that you can do to translate your knowledge from one word to another, from one language to another language, and having fun with code, right?
Yeah.
Because you're being active with something that you are good at, and you're being good at something you're learning by
Yes.
uh,
It's
by breaking
awesome.
that.
You. It's also you bringing this for us. And but just for remember, when you are working in a real project, it's better put this in a JSON file or XML file.
Sure, absolutely. You need to
Yeah,
have your
yeah.
data structure
Yes,
together,
it's great. It's
and
awesome example.
yeah,
You
yeah,
are
and the data
you are
structure
really
in
fast. You
there.
got this.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This is just a simple example of C++,
Yes, I understand.
to demonstrate arrays. But
It's
sure,
great.
you have it by a database, by something. You won't have the language persisted locally, depending on the approach, maybe yes, but you will have a more robust architecture in regard to the data you're
Yes,
traveling through and
I
the
got
attack.
your point. I got your point. Just remember, I think this is a good one to you bring for the next weekly or
Sure.
to the live code weekly. I think this is better to live code weekly. What do you think about
Yeah, yeah.
Rogério to the
It was
next
just
week?
a bit. Yeah, just
No
a bit
problem.
to show
We
that.
could do this
Let's see.
together. We could do this
Sure.
hands-on,
Let's do.
like a hands-on, and you could share the doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter what the language, and you could
Sure,
start
absolutely.
put your project, put the the draft of this project on some GitHub account and share with us, and we could do this together in the next Wednesday.
Awesome. We
But
have it at Fatec Talks. I will upload that and let you know. So
okay,
yeah, let's.
for the live code, I think it's better get 1 hour because and half hour is too small to do this. But if you have 1 hour, I think enough to do this. And because I have my crew, I have this time. I could not um, get more time to do this, but I think 1 hour is
One
enough.
hour is more
What do
than
you think?
enough. We can. Yeah,
What do
it's
you
good.
think?
I will start
Mhm.
scheduling and I will do it for next week,
Okay.
Wednesday at 6, from 6 to 7. And
Mhm.
maybe if we want to extend a little bit further, then okay. But we are mainly aiming for this 1 hour slot.
Wow, awesome. Well, guys, and I would to I really appreciate I was thinking about your presence with me and presence with us and sharing your knowledge and talking about these issues, these topics. It's really awesome. I'm I'm really happy with all this talk that we have today. I will keep in with this every week. Okay, this is our weekly, and this is our safe place to talk, to share, and everything you we want to do. And the topic is only a north, but we could talk in a free way. Okay, doesn't matter what you want to talk. Is the good one is talk in English or whatever, or try to do a Portugal, maybe, I don't know, whatever.
Vamos.
For the next time,
Okay.
I'm trying my Spanish. I'm going to
Oh,
prepare
we could
for
try to
the
do this.
for
We could try
the
to do
language
this.
battle.
Yes, it's really funny talking other languages.
Yeah,
I
and it's
I will
good. We
try
need
to
to
talk
practice
in
because
Russian to do this again, to this too.
yeah,
Then
Russian is a little bit off my
no,
my
no, oh,
my
it
knowledge
so is
zone,
not
but I
difficult.
can learn a lot. So it will be
It
good.
it's more similar of Portuguese, like it's more Portuguese that you think. It's really only
Yeah.
the letters is different, but the roles and of the language it's similar of Portuguese.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
The
People,
pronunciation of Hindi is very close
my
to Spanish,
my
but
wife
yeah, the
just
language.
sent me a message, and I need to leave because she's waiting me.
okay, then guys, this is again. Thanks again for your support for you stay here, and I hope in the next week you stay with us again. To you keeping this awesome conversation, and really thank you again, guys.
Thank
Thanks. It
Okay.
you.
was a
Thanks
pleasure
a lot,
as always. See ya.
Evan. Let's meet next
Bye.
week. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Oh.